look fun.
They look good. We're live. Ryan and I have a cartoon here. I don't know if it's going to fit into today's podcast. Today's podcast, by the way,
is brought to you by nothing, because advertisements suck. All right, go ahead.
We're going to talk about cities today and locations and how a place affects the rest of your life. And so I've got this cartoon. It doesn't fit that, but it's from the New Yorker. And there's this like scientist, Ryan, and so you see the picture here. They're like showing a gallbladder, right?
Is that what
you
that
see
is?
that? Yeah. And it says, bile exits the gallbladder, passes through the cystic duct, and gets released into the intestines, and ultimately winds up on the internet.
That's great.
That's how I feel sometimes about the YouTube comments. They're like 99.9% awesome, and then you have this one person like, yesterday it was on Instagram.
Oh
Jess shared it with me. We posted a photo of a NASA photo of Earth.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that. So it said the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
But I think she was joking.
I hope so.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna check this because I commented on her comment and I said something like "ha ha ha." That was gonna be my joke or something. And I'm gonna see if she responded back. But anyway, you're right though, man. It's like, no, I don't see any comments back. But it's like people when they get behind a keyboard and they're not in front of the person's face. Like that gives them more courage to speak out, to lash out.
Yeah.
But also, man, I think like for some reason, man, like the internet. It just does a really good job of kind of bringing out the worst feelings in people, like the most visceral. I don't know, man, because I have totally like not proud of it, but like I have totally trolled before, you know, like especially like in high school, dude, when before high speed was a thing and we had dial up, dude. Like, you know, I'd go into chat rooms and just be an immature 16-year-old, man.
Right. Well, it's to me, I look at it as the difference between action and reaction. And what I've learned with social media is I would rather use social media to act as opposed to constantly react. And so what I do is when I catch myself, like if I want to respond to the flat earth person or whatever, like I say, oh no, that's a reaction to someone else. Like it's not worth my time. I'd rather spend my time acting. Now, active creation is maybe one way to look at it, right? We use social media now. You know, ever since the beginning of this year, especially, we've been using social media to take action, to create something, to share, to broadcast.
To be deliberate with it.
Yes.
Not to just have knee-jerk reactions and to just, just here's a picture of my sandwich.
Right.
Or like to just duplicate everything.
Right, which would also be a way of acting. So it doesn't mean all actions are good actions, right?
True,
you could every day say, "Here's a picture of my pancakes or sandwich or something."
Well, yeah.
But or you can also like just react in a way that is not helpful at all.
Yeah.
And so ultimately the question is this helpful? And hopefully what we share, whether it's here on the podcast we're getting ready to record, or it is on social media, or it's on our blog, or films, or whatever else. Hopefully it's helpful, and it's those actions. And then occasionally if you react to something, it should be, I think, for me at least, it should be part of the creative discussion, the creative conversation. Because otherwise, if you're just reacting, that's all you're going to spend all your time doing. And then it becomes unproductive. You see people who get really caught up in constantly responding to other people's actions, and I think that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah, the one thing that you said to me that really stood out, dude, is anytime, because I had put that post up that said, hey, you know, I'm just trying something new, I'm going to unfollow everyone, no offense, and I had some people who, you know, whatever, some negative trolls or whatever, and every single one of them I just responded, and I said, thank you for the support.
Right.
Just to be sarcastic. But we were having a conversation about that, and you were like, yeah, dude, but that's really, like, it's giving them attention, but it's also escalating the situation. So for me now, whenever and it's not just on social media, dude, but any time in life, man, like if Mar and I are, you know, having an interaction, and maybe I get a little peeved or, you know, whatever, man, and then I might project that towards Mariah. Like, before I project anything like that, whether it's on social media or in relationships, like, I ask myself, like, is this escalating the situation?
Yeah, is this helpful?
Or is this de-escalating the situation?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and so it's not helpful if it is escalating. It is helpful if it's de-escalating.
Yeah.
And then with the thing about responding to those trolls is like that shows them that you saw them, and that's quite often exactly what they're looking for. And I really enjoy liberally banning people from our social media, and I'll explain why. It's because 90% of the people that we interact with, 99% probably, like they're there and they may ask challenging questions from time to time, and that's great. But if someone is just coming there spewing vitriol, then
they're not helping.
They're not helping, and they wouldn't do that in my house. And so that's the line I have. Like, would you come in my house and make your first impression by saying something egregious or hurtful, hateful, not useful? I hope not. But if you did, then I'm gonna ask you to get the hell out of my house.
And guess what? We must protect this house.
All right, I'm crazy tired, so I'm gonna try and get over that, and we're just gonna record this podcast, y'all. We'll see you next time.
See ya.